My Philosophy for Successful Living by Jim Rohn. Picture this. You're 25, with a family you adore, working a regular job, checking all the boxes society hands you. You're one of the good ones. But here's the thing. You're dead broke. Not the "I'll skip lunch today" kind of broke, but the soul-crushing, can't see a way out kind of broke. Then comes the knock. You open the door to find a Girl Scout, eyes sparkling, holding up a box of cookies. Her pitch is adorable. You genuinely want to support her. Your hand moves toward your pocket, but reality hits. You don't have $2. Not even $2. So you stand there, looking into this kid's hopeful face, and you do something that makes your stomach turn. You lie. You tell her you're already drowning in Girl Scout cookies. The door closes, and the shame hits like a truck. Lying to a Girl Scout. Over cookies. Over $2 measly. In that crushing moment, something inside you breaks open, and you know with absolute certainty that this cannot be your life. Now, this wasn't just some random guy's bad day. This was the turning point for Jim Rohn, a farm kid from Idaho with nothing but a high school diploma and a whole lot of excuses. That moment of humiliation became the spark that transformed him into one of the most influential minds of our time. Over his lifetime, he'd speak to more than 6,000 audiences and reach over 4 million people. His straightforward wisdom became the foundation for an entire generation of entrepreneurs and leaders. What you're about to dive into isn't just a book summary. It's a roadmap to a philosophy that's created countless millionaires and changed even more lives. And here's what I can promise you. By the time we're done here, you'll understand the single shift in thinking that separates people who just survive from people who truly thrive. It's not some complicated system or secret formula. It's a simple but powerful change in how you see the world. And just like it did for Jim Rohn, it starts with recognizing that the most important project you'll ever work on is staring back at you in the mirror. Standing on that doorstep, still feeling the sting of that Girl Scout cookie lie, Jim Rohn hit rock bottom. At 25, he had an excuse for everything. The taxes were killing him. The economy was garbage. His boss was cheap. The list went on, and guess what? It wasn't getting him anywhere. Fed up with his own nonsense, he went searching for answers and found a mentor named Earl Showoff, a sharp businessman who didn't believe in sugarcoating anything. Showoff listened to Jim's entire repertoire of excuses, then handed him the most brutal and liberating homework assignment of his life. He told him to grab a piece of paper, write down every single excuse, and then tear that paper into confetti. Next, Showoff said, "Get a fresh sheet and write one word: me." The problem wasn't Washington. It wasn't his company. It wasn't the state of the world. The problem, and therefore the answer, was him. Showoff explained that life isn't determined by what happens to us. Sure, the wind blows on all of us. Disappointment, opportunity, chaos, whatever. But it's not the wind that decides where you end up. It's how you set your sail. And that sail? That's your personal philosophy. This was Jim's wake-up call. His philosophy from 19 to 25 had landed him in a place where $2 felt like a fortune. Time for a new one. That's when he discovered what would become his rallying cry. Formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. Let that sink in for a second. School teaches you to be a decent employee. It gives you the skills to do a job and collect a paycheck. Nothing wrong with that. It helps you survive. But self-education? That's a different game entirely. That's what you do after you clock out. The books you devour, the courses you take, the deep conversations you seek out. It's the intentional, daily practice of leveling up your mind, your abilities, and your character. Self-education teaches you how to actually live. It's what makes you irreplaceable. This brings us to the next big idea. We get paid for bringing value to the marketplace. The marketplace doesn't care about your troubles or your excuses. It's harsh but fair. It rewards value. If you want more money, become more valuable. It sounds obvious, right? But most people miss this completely. They spend their entire lives trying to squeeze more from their jobs, when they should be focused on becoming more valuable to their jobs and the world around them. This led Rohn to his second game-changing mantra: work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Sounds backwards, doesn't it? We're trained to grind at our jobs, to be dependable employees. And you should be. But if all you do is work hard at your job, you'll make a living, you'll be reliable. But if you work hard on yourself, on how you communicate, how you lead, on your skills and your mindset, you can make a fortune. Why? Because you're not just getting better at one task, you're upgrading the entire product that is you. Success, he realized, isn't something you chase down. You don't hunt it like prey. Success is something you attract by who you become. Want more success? Become more attractive, not physically, but in character, skill, and value. Become a leader, a visionary, a master of what you do, and success won't be able to resist you. It's a universal law. So how do you actually start this journey of self-improvement? Rohn breaks down the different approaches people take to climb the economic ladder. First, there's the philosophy of government intervention. If only they'd raise the minimum wage, people say. This is a waiting game, a dependency game. It'll never make you wealthy. Second is the philosophy of demand. Pay me more. This might get you a small bump, but it's confrontational and puts a ceiling on what's possible. Third is collective confrontation. People band together, strike, and try to force change. Again, might lead to small wins, but it won't unlock real wealth. Rohn champions a fourth approach, far more powerful, the philosophy of performance and productivity. This is where you stop waiting and demanding and start becoming. You learn more, you read more. You become so skilled, so efficient, so valuable that the marketplace has no choice but to reward you. If your current employer doesn't, someone else will. Or even better, you create your own opportunities. With this philosophy, you're not just asking for a bigger slice, you're learning to bake your own pies. And what's the secret to creating that kind of value? It's beautifully simple. The secret to wealth, power, and influence is this: find a way to serve many people. That's it. It's not about you, it's about them. Rohn was close friends with Zig Ziglar, who famously said, "You can have everything in life you want if you'll just help enough other people get what they want." This isn't just motivational fluff. It's the fundamental law of economics and success. The more people you serve and the better you serve them, the more you'll be rewarded. Living this philosophy requires a few key pieces. First, you need skills. Rohn looked at himself at 25 and realized his main skill was milking cows. That, he joked, didn't pay much in the modern world. He knew he had to learn more to earn more. In today's fast-moving world, relying on one skill is risky. You need to be a lifelong student, constantly adding tools to your belt. He learned to speak, to lead, even to teach capitalism in Russia after communism fell, because he saw needs and developed skills to meet them. Second, you need the right money philosophy. This is where he draws a brilliant line between rich and poor. The philosophy that keeps you broke is this: spend your money, then invest what's left. The philosophy that builds wealth is exactly opposite. Invest your money, then spend what's left. Same amount of money, completely different mindset. Wealthy people treat investing in their future, in assets or self-education, as their first and most important expense. Everyone else pays bills, buys stuff, and hopes something's left over. This simple flip in order changes everything. Third, you need people. You can't build a fortune solo. You can make a living by yourself, maybe even a good one. But fortunes are built with teams. This is where Rohn makes another crucial distinction. Wages are good, but profits are better. A wage is what you earn for your time and effort. Profits are what you earn from organizing resources and people to create marketplace value. When you do all the work yourself, you make a living. When you get others working toward a goal, that's when fortune building begins. This isn't about exploiting anyone. It's about multiplication. It's about finding capable, independent people. Rohn calls them cats, not sheep, because they're tougher to manage but way more effective, and inspiring them toward a shared vision. Get 2 or 3 focused people aligned, and almost anything becomes possible. How do you lead these people effectively? 2 things: recognition and communication. His take on recognition is powerful. Be so busy recognizing others that you don't have time to worry about getting it yourself. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge progress. When people feel valued, they'll move mountains. On communication, he identifies 3 levels. First is training, just showing someone how to do a task, simple. Second is teaching, more advanced, giving someone a skill they can own. But the highest level, the one that transforms lives, is inspiration. To inspire someone is to help them see themselves as better than they currently are. It's painting a future so compelling they feel pulled toward it. That's true leadership. As you build this philosophy, this team, these skills, you're constantly refining your approach through 2 channels: learning from your own experiences and learning from others' experiences. You can't live long enough to make every mistake yourself. Study others' successes and failures. Read history and biographies. Let their lives be your education. Throughout all of this, you need clear, powerful goals. Reasons come first, Rohn says, then answers come second. If your why is strong enough, you'll figure out the how. He tells of Andrew Carnegie, who decided to spend his first half accumulating wealth and his second half giving it away. That goal fueled him to earn what would be billions today. Your goals need to be big enough to excite you, to pull you out of bed every morning. Finally, Rohn brings it together by asking, what does a truly successful, extraordinary life actually look like? It's not just a fat bank account. It's richness in every dimension. He outlines 6 components. First, be productive. You won't be happy unless you're producing. We're wired to create, to build, to contribute. Find a way to produce something valuable for your family and the world. Second, value relationships. A me life is lonely. Cultivate deep, meaningful friendships. Science even shows good relationships can literally extend your life. Third, respect your origins. Know your culture, heritage, language, and history. Understand where you came from. This roots you and gives you strength. Fourth, nurture your spiritual health. Whatever you believe, don't leave it unexamined. A strong inner life provides unshakable foundation when external circumstances get rocky. Fifth, build an inner circle. This is your core group of friends and family who support you. They're your buffer against life's inevitable challenges. Inspire them, and they'll inspire you back. Sixth, plant the seeds. This is his final, beautiful metaphor. He says God's deal with humanity is this: if you plant the seed, I'll make the tree. God doesn't ask you to perform the miracle of creating a tree from nothing. Just do your part. Plant the seed. You have to participate in your own rescue. Plant the seed of a new habit, a new skill, a new philosophy. Do your part, then trust the universe to do its part. From the shame of a $2 lie to a philosophy that's transformed millions, Jim Rohn's journey proves one simple truth. The biggest changes in our outer world always start with a quiet revolution in our inner world. When you step back and take in the wisdom of Jim Rohn's My Philosophy for Successful Living, what hits you is its profound simplicity. In a world constantly screaming about the latest life hack, newest productivity app, or most complex investment strategy, Rohn's voice cuts through all the noise with timeless foundational truths. His message isn't about shortcuts. It's about becoming the kind of person who doesn't need them. It's a philosophy built on 2 rock-solid pillars: complete personal responsibility and relentless self-improvement. Why does this matter so much today, especially for younger people? Because we live in an age of constant distraction and, honestly, widespread entitlement. It's incredibly easy to blame circumstances, wait for someone to hand us opportunities, or believe success just happens to lucky people. Rohn's philosophy is the antidote to that mindset. It puts the power and the responsibility squarely back in your hands. The idea of working harder on yourself than on your job is more revolutionary now than ever. It's a call to take ownership of your one true asset, you. The most powerful lesson for me is that success isn't something you chase, it's something you attract. This completely reframes achievement. It's not about hunting money, fame, or status. It's about building your character, skills, and value until those things naturally follow. The goal isn't getting $1 million. The goal is becoming the kind of person capable of creating, managing, and deserving $1 million. The real prize is who you become along the way. So how can you start applying this philosophy right now, today? Here are 3 simple actions. First, take the Girl Scout test. Ask yourself honestly, is there a metaphorical $2 box of cookies in my life right now? Some small frustration or limitation pointing to a bigger issue in your philosophy or habits? Don't be ashamed. See it as a signal. Let it fuel you to say, today something changes. Second, start a self-education hour. You don't need to overhaul everything. Just find 30 to 60 minutes each day. Turn off notifications, eliminate distractions, and invest that time in yourself. Read a chapter of a valuable book. Listen to a podcast like this. Watch a tutorial to learn something new. Make a daily deposit into your mental bank account. Third, flip the money formula. Next time you get money, allowance, paycheck, gift, whatever, practice the rich philosophy. Before spending a single dollar on anything else, take a portion, even just 10%, and set it aside to invest. Put it in a book, a savings account, anything that grows in value. Just practice paying your future self first. The journey Rohn maps out isn't easy, but it is simple. It's a path of daily discipline, continuous learning, and commitment to serving others. It begins with one decision. Stop making excuses and start making progress on yourself. That's our deep dive into My Philosophy for Successful Living by Jim Rohn. We've explored the core ideas today, but here's the truth. A summary can only ever be a map. It shows you the destination but can't give you the experience of the journey. The real magic happens when you read the book yourself. It's in those quiet moments when a story or simple phrase connects with you in an unexpected way. This podcast helps you decide if this book deserves your most valuable resource, your time. If anything we've talked about sparked something in you, grab a copy. Reading it isn't just about learning. It's an experience that can genuinely change how you see your life and potential. The link is in the description. Also, if you found this summary valuable and want to keep exploring ideas that shape successful lives, please hit that like button and subscribe. That way, you won't miss our next journey into another life-changing book from the billionaire's bookshelf. Let's keep growing together.